Okay, so the best part about all this is that I'm just fucking recording it, and then I edit it as I go. Kind of want to have, like, Celine Dion fucking playing in this. Once more.
Here we go. As I walk through the chalk that sprinkles about my pavement block, this is my block, my set, my stop, don't get it twisted. How did I miss this?
Hey guys, alright, so everybody has been asking me, how do I flirt with guys? This is always something that I've just been asked, and I thought that since I've had a really, really good track record with guys, I'd give you guys my tips.
So basically, a lot of what this podcast is going to be, I just kind of want a platform to get out a lot of the things that I love. Professional wrestling nerd, drag race nerd, pop culture nerd.
I used to be with it, but then they changed what it was. Now what I'm with isn't it, and what's it seems weird and scary to me. It'll happen to you.
So that's kind of what I'm hoping with this podcast. I'm hoping down the road, maybe get some live streams down, a couple of special guests. There are definitely people that I want to interview. But we'll get to that down the road. I'm taking these off. Okay. It's real now.
Mojo, what have they done to you? Pray for Mojo.
This is probably gonna be the start of the video where I'm just like, damn it, you talk way too fucking much. Editing sucked. So let's talk about professional wrestling. Right now, the thing I want to talk about, because there's so much in the world of wrestling that I think deserves a platform for conversation. But I would like to have a lot of people join in through either a Zoom chat or video chat, that kind of thing, and we actually, chill and get stoned and fucking talk about stuff from their perspective, because there's a lot of shit I'm not even gonna touch. I have my opinions about certain topics, but I also understand that my opinions come from my perspective, and I would rather not talk about certain subjects from my perspective. And when I have topics of conversation like that, I'm gonna bring that up, and I'm gonna invite people on here, and I hope I get a lot of people on here that just want to fucking get stoned, chill, and just talk. The one thing I do want to talk about, though, that I can share a little bit of my own perspective and my own opinion, is side hustles. I'm never one to bitch on a good side hustle. You want to get your coin, you do you. I don't know what this was, Hardy Boys. It's the idea that WWE sent out this inter-office memo not being able to participate in third-party activities. I really do think that this whole ban, it's very stupid. Fuck it, we're just gonna sit here and say there's not a goddamn pandemic going on? Bitch, no. You do realize, Vince, that because of this pandemic that you assume is a hoax has fucked over your live events, that you're going to, all of these wrestlers can't make money on the side because they're not getting fucking paid. No. Vince is basically saying these guys can only make money if WWE is making money. WWE is not going to risk losing money anytime soon. I just cannot understand why Vince cannot accept wrestlers making money on their own. And it's not even that they're using their likeness. I mean, have you seen AJ Styles' Twitch? None of those graphics to me scream AJ Styles, scream phenomenal one, scream his gimmick. It 100% reads as, I'm a southern guy who learned Photoshop by reading tutorials once and I made graphics. It looks really bad. The whole idea that all of these wrestlers have to shut everything down, like, this pandemic has been eye-opening. Vince needs to understand that for all the amount of talent that he has gobbled up to create this pseudo-monopoly of professional wrestling, he needs to understand that if he is not willing to treat these people like they are employees, because they're fucking employees. These people are not employees, they're independent contractors, but they're tied to the most fucking strict, stupid contract. And don't give me that, I don't want people fucking coming in my inbox and telling me, oh, well, AEW. No, I'm not talking about AEW right now. I'm talking about Vincent Kennedy McMahon right now. He needs to understand that the veneer is cracking and people are kind of understanding how terrible of an actual company WWE is. Now, there's a lot of fans that are going to throw up comparisons again, but let's have a conversation about it. I mean, during this entire pandemic, Vincent Kennedy McMahon has basically been a COVID-denying, Trump-supporting, government-manipulating mastermind whose greediness and need to be the top of professional wrestling has eroded, and almost hilariously at times. And this is one of those times. This is literally old man yells at cloud. Like, old man yelled at cloud. I don't even know if I'm in frame, if I'm not. He's so mad that a lot of these wrestlers are showing initiative to not only make money, but also, like, they support a lot of causes. There is no reason why Vince shouldn't be behind all of this. Like, it's almost as if he's just a greedy fuck. Well, the shoe does fit Cinderella. WWE announced that Alexa Bliss has a new podcast coming out, and no shade on Alexa, but I love how WWE is like, hey, you have all these podcasts that you're making sponsorship monies on, and we don't make any of that money, but let's give Alexa Bliss one where 45 minutes through her conversation, we can get an advertisement for whatever pay-per-view is going on this week, or next week, or 4 days from now.
You know what, Brenda? Shut the up.
Because that's the WWE cycle, a pay-per-view every week. Alexa Bliss is just making WWE money. And I'll be honest and say that WWE money is probably a lot less than what she makes somewhere else, and Vince knows this. Like, I've seen people on Twitch making fucking thousands of dollars playing Overwatch. I've watched people just streaming and gaining Twitch subscribers or bits or things like that and making probably $1,000 to $2,000 per sitting. It's also the question of third party. I mean, here's the problem with third party. What is the definition of third party? Because third party could be anything outside of the WWE.com app. Third party could be anything that they constitute, anything outside of the WWE universe. This means Twitter, this means YouTube, this means Cameo, this means Twitch, this means OnlyFans.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Okay, this entire threat Vince has going on of, you must cease all operations within 30 days. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. I really want the WWE locker room to call his bluff. Because here's the fact of the matter. There are so many top guys and women in WWE who are killing it elsewhere. Like them or not, you gotta appreciate the hustle. And I've always appreciated contributions outside of the world of wrestling. Like, let's not lie and say that Sasha Banks is not a fashion icon. Like, but there's also musicians, there's also talented artists, cosplayers, gamers. WWE is rife for supporting their wrestlers within the third-party environment. We're in a fucking pandemic. You're not giving them live show money. Half the roster you're not even giving fucking TV time money. TLDR. Vince, if they call your bluff, you're kind of fucked. Because when it boils down to it, you cannot fire and suspend your entire fucking locker room. Like, that's just stupid, man. And this entire thing just reeks of, like, angry white boomer does not understand where he is in time. Like, and it's just... If it weren't so sad, it'd be hilarious.
And now, our feature presentation.
Look your social distance and this fever dream is interesting. Let me feel your motherfucking limbs. Let's touch everything. Let me steal your fucking oxygen. Tell me who your friend. Pass around the molly in the gin. Let the weed kick in. Drink another 40 in the car. Feel the wheel spinning. Let me feel your motherfucking limbs. Let's touch everything. Let me steal your fucking oxygen. Tell me who your friend. Pass around the molly in the gin. Let the weed kick in. Drink another 40 in the car. Feel the wheel spinning. Hey, I'm a crazy motherfucker. Yeah, you get lazy, I get hazy. Devil child music frees me. You don't face me cause you just a bitch. This beat is so sick, so get off my fucking dick. Hold on, got a phone call. Hello?
Yo, Strange, where you at?
Yo, Eggs, you in the party, bro?
Fucking right, man. Shit is looking hype, man. Let's get some excitement.
Well, shit, let these people hear you flow.
Hey, 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 hey. Pull up to me if you wanna get lit. Heck of the ones that I'm feeling them quick. On my shit, on the shift. Gotta wait in line if you want this piff.
Put me on the beat, break, killing an instant. Hold me on the heat streak, only keep it different. Going on the mission, always stay driven. Gotta take my time, so blunt, I be sipping. Put me on the beat, break, killing an instant. Hold me on the heat streak, only keep it different. Going on the mission, always stay driven. Gotta take my time, so blunt, I be sipping.
Fuck, I'm tripping, dog goes spitting. Cover your head, but the virus gets it. Timeless isn't rhymes incision. Gotta go fast every time we step in. Say you wanna do this, but you really fucking can't. Always die when we start to fucking chat.
Let me feel your motherfucking limbs. Let's touch everything. Let me steal your fucking oxygen. Tell me who your friend. Pass around the molly in the gin. Let the weed kick in. Drink another 40 in the car. Feel the wheel spinning. Let me feel your motherfucking limbs. Let's touch everything. Let me steal your fucking oxygen. Tell me who your friend. Pass around the molly in the gin. Let the weed kick in. Drink another 40 in the car. Feel the wheel spinning.
Need a little help there? Well, that was the first episode. Can't really complain. Had a lot of fun editing it, I'm going to assume. If not, there's probably just going to be something that comes up here.
$5, get out of here.
But what I wanted to do was take the opportunity to send some shout-outs to people that are just fucking awesome. First shout-out I definitely want to do is to the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast. Honestly, one of the most entertaining podcasts that I've listened to, and I'm going to probably follow it up with 2 more because as of late, it's just been awesome. Getting a lot of the perspective from the black wrestling community. The black wrestling community has been a lot more engaging and a lot more entertaining than any other aspect of professional wrestling. Amazing stories, amazing characters, amazing athletes, and Black Guy Wrestling Podcast is ridiculously entertaining, especially for someone like me who's just trying to find good podcasts to listen to. Another one I want to give a shout out to is Dead Ass Girls. Jeez, I just realized. If you say it like that, it just sounds like you're saying Dad Ass Girl. Nice. These women are fucking hilarious. Like, I always appreciate when people just don't give a shit. They tell it like it is. And I really do appreciate that, because that's kind of like the energy I like to surround myself with. My third shout out, and probably like my biggest one right now, is to the Self Control podcast. So I'm just going to say it. These three people are amazing. I follow them on Twitter. I listen to the podcast, and just not only through what they put on the podcast being extremely insightful, but sometimes funny as all hell, you feel it. Like, you feel the genuine friendship between the three of them. There's just such an amazing vibe to the whole podcast. So by all means, check those three out. Wrestler shoutouts. Nobody gives a shit, so I'm just going to talk about, my favorite wrestlers currently. Right now, if we're talking from a professional standpoint, you can't talk shit about Roman Reigns. Like, and I was the guy. I was that guy who was like, fuck, turn Roman heel, for God's sakes.
Are you saying boo or boo-earns?
It's because you get that John Cena feeling. That feeling of you're just getting it shoved down your throats. Then the pandemic happened and Roman Reigns turned into daddy, and I don't know what the fuck happened there. Like, it's just the best way you could have turned Roman Reigns heel, you actually did. I'd say from AEW. With AEW, I have to say my favorite thing right now is Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela. The way that it was pulled off, oh my god. I've been a fan of Joey Janela's for a while. I've been a fan of Sonny Kiss's for a long time. I love Sonny. But seeing them together and seeing them play off of each other, their tag team moves, their tag team chemistry, it's one of those teams that you don't think it would be a natural tag team, but they have that chemistry. So I'm really hoping to see them, take it to another level. Now on the independents. Now there's a lot of people that I'm loving on the independents right now. And it's one of the things that I love about this. It's the only thing I take out of this whole fucking pandemic. Now characters are coming to the forefront. Who you are represents just as much as what you do, and that's one thing that I love. So on the independents, I pointed out earlier, and I'm gonna say it again, Eel O'Neill. Like, you have to follow what he's doing on Twitter, because with independents, you have to kind of keep on that social media game. What he has been doing by crafting this African-American horror story gimmick has just been, for me, who is a huge fan of movies, music, television, culture, and timepieces, it's so gripping. It's not just with how it's edited. It's just so craftfully... ... It's so well crafted in how it's put together, because he plays the character of that time frame so genuinely. It's very hard for me to explain all the reasons that I love this, but he is also fucking great in the ring. Polycult Party 2. Y'all are skipping on the independents a little too much, and if all you're focusing on right now is what's going on in WWE or NXT or AEW, you gotta focus somewhere else. So much wrestling out there. What I'm gonna say before I wrap things up right now is, don't just look at professional wrestling as you gotta make it to WWE to be in the big leagues. I watched Raw the other day, and I was like, I don't know who half these fucking wrestlers are, and I will educate myself on them, but I know more on the independents. I know more talent that's out there, and there is talent out there. So if I can give you one piece of advice, it's this. Follow independent wrestling on Twitter. Follow it on Instagram. Follow all of these characters and all of these personalities and all of these people who love professional wrestling, and you will find your niche. You'll find the grapsmen. You'll find the women who will beat the shit out of you if you look at them the wrong way. You'll find the comedy. You'll find the LGBT. You'll find everything that you need to look for. My biggest shout out right now is to the independent industry. Yeah, it's taken a blow over the last few months, but there are so many people fighting to make the independent wrestling community safe for everyone. And my heart goes out to everybody who's fighting that good fight. It's a lot more fucking cool than you guys think.
Guess who likes you?
Milhouse, I'm so sorry.
So, I'm Noah Mason, friend of Lucy. Thank you guys so much for, humoring me with this. If you liked what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. You gotta do the old fucking YouTube triple threat. Follow me on Twitter at friend of Lucy. Yeah, hit me up. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep it sinful.